Good morning, family. I'm doing what I do. But this is Reginald Kuakaru, and wanted to talk with you today about an idea that I know that if you practice it, it is going to absolutely change your life. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Do it for 30 days, and I'm telling you, you're going to see a difference. And this is the deal is really about around money. So I'll use money as the first example, but I'm using other examples. But it's about a principle of basically the universe is like a mirror. Okay. So this is a principle that is based on what we learned in church as tithing. Okay. But the tithing principle that we were given was basically given to us in a way that we had to give through fear. We were coerced through fear, guilt, and shame. Okay, so that's what I want to talk with you about today. And you can't keep issuing IOUs and then expecting to get something in return from the universe. Okay, and I'm going to explain these ideas. Okay, another thing is like when you're saying that, and this is what I hear people say. When I get some money, or when I'm blessed with something, then I'm going to do this for you. Okay, and I don't want this to sound self-serving, because this is not what it's intended to be. I want you to do well. Okay, and I practice this principle. This is why a big part of the reason why I'm doing these videos, because it is about me giving, giving and giving to the universe, and then I'll get something back in return for that. Okay, but I give with a glad heart because I enjoy doing what I do and I enjoy teaching. But I'm gonna use a couple of scriptures, and I want you people that have been Christian, my people. And when I have to talk to this from the perspective or from my experience. So this works for anybody, but I'm coming from my experience and knowledge as a black man in America and part of the African diaspora. Okay, but it works for all. So there is a principle, a Kemetic principle of basically, you've heard, what you put out is what you get back. Okay, and I'll say again, the universe is essentially a mirror, and that's if I can get you to understand that principle, and you start practicing it in the terms of you start to doing things from a personal, inner-centered space, your life is going to change. So what this means is that the universe can only give you what you put out. You cannot look into a reflection in a mirror and say, I want to be happy, and then you wait for the mirror to smile back at you. Okay? In other words, I'm not going to smile until that mirror smiles back at me. I'm not going to smile until I'm happy. Okay? And when I see that mirror smile back at me, then I'll be happy. All right. Now, anybody knows that there is no way in hell that a mirror is going to smile at you before you do. All right. But that's how we practice these ideas a lot of times, is that we want to wait for the mirror to smile back before we change. All right. And I look around my communities here in Dallas, where I am. I look around where there's any number of black people. Look around the United States. Look around the world. And in most communities that are predominantly black, they are not economically self-sustainable. Okay? We want to say that we're cursed. We want to say all these ideas about something outside of us is the problem. Okay? But if you understand the laws, the rules, not the rules, I'm sorry, race rules. You understand the principles, okay? Because rules will work in certain situations, but principles underlie all things. And this is what I mean by this. If you send a signal to the universe that I'm broke, I don't have it, okay? I'll get it someday. I'm working on it, you know? You sent those signals means that what you're putting into that mirror is lack. And you're hoping at some point that the mirror is going to show you something else other than what you're putting into it, okay? In other words, again, you're hoping that the mirror is going to smile before you do, all right? Now, one of the most powerful principles that is actually taught in a short little Bible scripture, and people do not get it because they're looking at it as something Jesus, or they're looking at something that is outside of them, okay? That principle is Proverbs 23:7. It says, as a man thinketh, so is he, all right? That is one of the most powerful principles that you could truly understand and practice, because what you think, what you feel, what you believe is what's being reflected back to you. That's you're seeing what you think and what you believe. That is who you are. That is what that scripture is saying. As you think it, as a man thinketh, or woman, so is he or she. That's your I am. The other scripture that piggybacks on is the scripture where Moses asked God, what do I call you? We read it as, I am that I am that I am, okay? But guys, you got to put a comma in that. Because it's saying, I am that I am. Meaning that wherever you look, wherever you see, that's what I am. Whatever you believe, that's what I am. Well, the deal is that you are an extension of that I am. That's you too, okay? So when you say I am broke, the struggle is real. I'll wait to fall in love when somebody can really show me that they can really love me right. Then I'll fall in love with this person. This is what I mean by it's about principles, okay? We're dealing with white supremacy and racism. When the system changes, then, my life will be better. When white people change, races, change, then my life is going to be better. So I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that they understand that they need to change. That's the mirror. That's the mirror. And you cannot keep putting into the mirror the things that you see that is wrong, or the things that you see as being broken, and focusing on those things, and then expecting the mirror to give you this opposite. It doesn't work that way. Now, I'm saying to you, practice this for 30 days. Practice this for 30 days. And this is the thing. It's going to be determined by what you choose to focus on. If you choose to keep recognizing all the negative stuff, it's not going to work. Because the change has to come from within you. That's the thing. It has to come from within you. And guys, I'm really passionate about this because I want my people to do better. That doesn't mean that I don't want anybody else to do better, but I see the communities and neighborhoods that I'm around and have been around for a lot of times in my life, okay? And I want us to do better. And there is knowledge that is there, but you have to understand it and you have to go in deeper to get it, okay? What we've been taught in the Bible is nothing but a mental trap, okay? You're waiting for something outside yourself to change things for you. And it does not happen that way, all right? So don't keep issuing IOUs to the universe, because that's what you're doing. Well, universe, when I get some money, this is what I'm going to do. No, you have to claim it. I almost cussed. You have to claim it. Do you hear me? All right. So put out what you have to smile from within first. And this is what I mean by the inner world. Your inner world has to be different because it's what's being reflected to you as life. I'm saying it in different ways for you because I want you to get this. All right. I want you to get this principle. If nothing else, you'll change your life. All right. So if you are broke and you keep going around telling people, hey, when I get some money, I'm going to do this for you. No, you're going to stay broke. Because that your I am is that I'm lacking. I don't have it. Okay. If you keep on acknowledging that the struggle is real, guess what you're putting out to the universe? Hey, I'm struggle. I am struggling. I am struggle. I am broke. That's what your I am is. You have to, there's another principle or an analogy that I like to use. It's called priming the pump. And any of you older folks might, y'all might know this, so I got to explain this to the younger folks a little bit. But in a well, in old wells that used to have to pump water from underground, there was a little suction valve that you first had to pour a little water in to get the big suction to work for the pump. Okay, that was called priming. In other words, you had to give something that you wanted first. In other words, you had to get the water and pour it in that little suction valve because you wanted more water. You wanted to bring up more water. Guys, that is the principle of the universe. You have to prime the pump. What you want, you have to give that first. Okay? And you have to give it with a glad heart. Give it with gratitude. Okay? If you give it begrudgingly, guess what? You're still putting out lack because you're thinking, dang, I got to give this and I ain't really got it. Okay? No, your attitude has to be that you're giving it from a place of gratitude, that you're able to give it, that you're able to bless somebody else with it. All right? So prime the pump. Quit issuing IOUs. Prime that pump. Give wherever you can. And that's not just about money. It's the principle. If you want more love, the first thing that you have to give love to is you. You have to love and appreciate who you are. When you can love and appreciate who you are, the universe can reflect that back to you in another human being. All right? If you're looking at men as, they're looking at men in a negative way, or you're looking at women in a negative way, all they want is this, all they want is that. Guess what you're going to get reflected back to you? Guess what types you're going to get into your life? Because you're wanting the mirror to smile first. It doesn't happen. Love you, appreciate you, learn all the things about you that are wonderful. And I'll give you a little exercise to do. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to tell on yourself real quick. Look in the mirror every morning and just say to yourself, I love you. I love who this person is. If you feel any kind of way negative towards that, or it's hard to say that, that's what you're telling yourself right then. You're feeling unlovable. Okay? So I'm going to wrap this one up. And I hope that you hear me. I hope that you hear me, family. And I hope this doesn't sound self-serving, because that's not where I'm coming from. I'm telling you, do this for 30 days. Change the way you think. Make the smile come from within. Do it for 30 days. Focus on something positive. Focus on the positive things. And then your life is going to change in 30 days. Your attitude, the way you see the world, is going to change in 30 days. All right? All right, guys, it's Reginald Kuakaru here at Kemetic Centered Living. We learn to live life boldly, authentically, unapologetically, and on your terms without guilt and shame. Other people talk about spirituality. I'm teaching you how to spirituality. All right? All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day.